What happened in the previous chapter was that Mash revealed his full power to match Domina. He removed his heavy bracelets, and after that, he gained exceptional speed that even Domina couldn't keep up with. Using his full muscles magic, unlimited physical mode, he stopped every attack from Domina. Because of our protagonist's incredible speed, he could leave an after image while he was bucketing most of Domina's water. After Mash depleted Poseidon, he scooped up Domina. He did this gradually while realizing that his condition was worsening. He reportedly didn't have enough water to transform himself. Domina panicked and wondered why this was happening to him, and he no longer had magic energy to make more water. How could Mash resist a third's power from a god? Innocent Zero would be disappointed in him. What would he do now? Suddenly, Mash spoke from behind him and told Domina that this was the part where he needed to pray to the gods. In the end, Mash used the unlimited hammer, which knocked Domina to the ground. What's up, Onii-Chan? Welcome back to our manga recap series about Mashle, Magic and Muscles, a story that combines elements of Harry Potter and One Punch Man. So, let's start the video. As we continue with the thrilling story of Mash in a world full of magic, we move on to Domina being flattened. He was gasping for air, but still angrily said that he worked hard for his father, so he couldn't possibly lose. He used the water's thirds that surprised Mash. He cast Poseidon Extreme Fury and said that if he lost, what would be the point of all his efforts? That was said to be his specialized offensive form. In exchange for defense, he gained exceptional speed. He kept attacking our protagonist, but for him, Domina's attack was a piece of cake, and even while being hit with lasers and being impaled, Mash could easily evade all of that. Mash questioned what Domina was showing again. Finn was surprised because Domina released a water laser barrage. Domina kept doing it and said he would defeat Mash's speed with numerous attacks. Our protagonist just stared at that. Domina kept raining down a multitude of attacks toward Mash, but he managed to dodge them all. Because of that, Domina got irritated. Finn commented that Mash did gain an advantage when he removed his weights, but he couldn't get close due to Domina's lasers, so it seemed like it went back to square one. Domina said that by giving his body to their father and fulfilling his oath, he would prove how loyal he is to Innocent Zero. Mash questioned, wasn't that a bit extreme? He loudly said that Mash was wrong, and that was what he wanted. He said he respects their father more than anything. He said he didn't want anything more than to be noticed by him and to be recognized, even just a little. That was the reason why he was alive, and he would do everything for it. Mash had nothing to say while staring at him. Domina questioned why Mash looked like that, and our protagonist explained that, their relationship was too complicated if it depended on him giving everything to his father. Domina got angry and asked if Mash thought he was wrong. Did he think it was wrong to exhaust himself for his father? Mash explained that his father didn't fail to love him even though he didn't have magic. Because of that, Domina was hit and explained that no one would love you just because you exist. Freegrow wasn't Mash's real family. They weren't related by blood, so he would disown him when necessary. He pulled out 5 star keys and immediately inserted them into the treasure chest. As the chest was lifted, Mash was surprised. Domina took the Wand of Beginnings and said it was now his. Through its magic power, he would prove that Mash was wrong. Mash commented and said, "Hey, that's not what we talked about." Domina released an extraordinary aura all around. Now that he had the wand, he had surpassed Mash's power. Because of that, Finn became nervous. Domina released a multitude of circles that spewed projectiles all around our protagonist. Domina explained that he did everything Innocent Zero asked for him to love him. It was clear that he was the one deserving of his father's love, so he would kill them all to prove this. That was the end for Mash as he prepared to attack. Suddenly, our protagonist said that Domina was wrong because as long as he was there, it wouldn't end there. Our protagonist took a swing and forcefully stomped his foot, causing the floor to break. Mash used unlimited biceps magic, punch squared. Domino was puzzled by the name, and then Mash suddenly punched him twice with extraordinary speed. While vomiting blood, Domino thought that each punch was as heavy as a bag of iron. Our protagonist followed up his attack with 4 simultaneous punches, causing Domino to vomit blood again. He squared his attack again and landed 16 consecutive punches. Domino realized that Mash's punches were increasing exponentially and it was impossible to keep up because the square of 16 is 256. Nevertheless, it was possible, and after a deep breath, Mash launched that many punches at Domino. After the last hit, Domino was sent flying. Domino fell and tried to stand up again. It was then explained that only teenagers get away with tantrums in public places when they don't get what they want, so Domino needed to reflect on his behavior. While gasping, Domino told Mash not to be stupid. He had lasted longer and withstood all that Mash had done. He laughed and said that the fight was his. He had proven that Mash was wrong and he was right. His love for his father was real and Mash was full of lies. Mash suddenly spoke and said 65,566, which made Domino confused. Mash repeated his statement, 65,536, and Domino was left speechless. After that, Mash rained a multitude of punches on Domino that shook his entire world. In the next scene, it showed Domino's past and how he formed that kind of relationship with Innocent Zero. He was spoken to and told that he should always be useful to him, and that was his purpose in life. Those were his father's words to him. He could barely remember the times when he was not alone in a room that looked more like a cage. The only people in his life were their servants, whose vocal cords Innocent Zero had damaged so they could not communicate with him and with Innocent Zero himself. For him, his father was the most important of all. He was transformed into a person who would meet Innocent Zero's expectations and he would dirty his hands for him whenever he asked. At first, he was against it, but every time Innocent Zero told him, "I need you. Besides the two of us, you can take down anyone in front of you. You are everything to me. When you are happy, I am happy too." He was so happy when his father said that. He was needed and he had a purpose. He wanted to hear those words from Innocent Zero again, so day after day he strived hard repeatedly. But what was it all for? If he was going to be defeated by Mash, wouldn't he have no reason to live? He would not let that happen. He needed to remain important to his father. He needed to be happy. He suddenly stood up and declared that Mash would never be him. He would not let Mash become him. Finn couldn't believe that Domino was able to stand after Mash's beating. Meanwhile, our protagonist returned his bracelets to his wrists. Domino explained that he and Innocent Zero were connected by blood. They were a real family. Mash and his father were just a cheap imitation. He charged again, yelling that Mash couldn't win, not after he fought so hard for his father. However, Mash just kicked him, causing him to spit out blood. Our protagonist took a swing and said he was starting to get tired of Domino's whining, and then he punched him in the face, causing him to be thrown back. Mash explained that blood relations and unquestioning obedience don't define a family. Domino fell silent at that. Mash said that Regro gets angry at him when he does something wrong, but he could also get angry at Regro when he's the one who made a mistake. While explaining, Domino suddenly laughed. He said that Mash didn't need to be anything. He didn't need to be anyone. He didn't even need to have magic. Domino immediately attacked, saying that Mash receives unconditional love so he wouldn't understand how he feels. Mash managed to knock his sword away, and when he was about to punch him, he stopped. Domino suddenly spoke, saying that Mash would never understand what he had been through. He thought again about Innocent Zero's words, saying that Domino needs to remain important to him, otherwise he doesn't need him. Hadn't Mash considered that Domino just wanted to be loved for just being himself, like a real son? Mash then extended his hand to Domina, which surprised him. Domina asked what was this? A show of sympathy? Was he really that pitiful? Mash looked at him but eventually explained that the Regro wouldn't hesitate to tell him when he was wrong. So there was his hand. He said they should make peace, him and Domina. Moved by Mash's words, Domina was touched. Domina commented that Mash's hand is warm. In the next scene, we transition to Innocent Zero's base. We see his usual capsule has been shattered, and he comments that it seems Domina has lost. And there ends this video. What do you think? Will Domina and Mash reconcile? Just how powerful is Domina now? Write your comments down below. If you want more anime and manga recaps, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with new videos.